Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's LinkedIn Live. I'm Laura Holton, Head of Field Marketing at Adaptivist, and I'm excited to be joined by our experts of the hour. First off, inviting Priyanka.
Thanks, Laura, for having us. Hi, everyone. I'm Priyanka, and I'm a service management team lead at Adaptivist. I've been with Adaptivist for over 6 years now and in the Atlassian ecosystem for over 12 years. And I'm looking forward to today's discussion.
Thanks, Priyanka. And next up, we have Lacey.
Thanks, Laura. I'm Lacey Sote. I'm a business consultant in the service management practice at Adaptivist. I've been working with the Atlassian tools for about 6 years now. And yeah, I'm very excited to chat with you both today about the event.
Thank you so much. So on the topic of the event, we've just returned back from both New York and London from the Atlassian High-Velocity event, where we've managed to get some insights into the latest trends, been able to deep dive into a lot of the exciting topics Atlassian provided within the agendas, talking about the challenges in ITSM and enterprise service management. So we know that there's going to be lots of insights that both Lacey and Priyanka can share with us today. So just to kick things off, what were some of the biggest themes or trends that you noticed at High Velocity? Lacey?
Yeah, so obviously I feel like the biggest one that was touted all over, LinkedIn and everything was AI. So a lot of discussion about Atlassian Intelligence, Rovo, the virtual agent, and there were some other sessions about like assets and data manager too that were very interesting. But yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to mention, Priyanka?
Not really. I think you have covered the rest. Yep.
And just to note, if anybody does have any thoughts or questions, just to drop them in the chat as well. As we go through, we can answer them live and share any insights we may have on that. We'd love to hear from you. So moving on to kind of key takeaways for ITSM and ESM teams. For teams looking to improve their ITSM or ESM practices, what are the top takeaways they should be paying attention to, Priyanka?
Yes, introducing AI into the day-to-day process to automate the tasks and also see where the agents can focus on the real-time ones, which are challenging rather than the regular L1 support tickets. That has been the topic. And then some introductions to how the virtual agents can be set up. I think when it comes to utilizing the virtual agents, it mainly depends on how effectively we can create intents so it matches the real-time situations rather than adopting process and looking for results with them. So that has been the key topic of the day. And also to expand on that, data manager, and I know this has been a topic for a while now, but when it comes to how it can help the process to come up with a clean data, so those are the two major things which I've seen as, and the use cases that have been expanded on that have been really useful for everyone at the event.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And just to mention, like, add on about data manager, I think that the improvements and functionality that they've announced that are coming and everything are going to be really huge. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Thank you both. I guess one of the best parts of attending any of these events is getting to chat with customers, Atlassians, general industry professionals. So what were some of the most interesting discussions or questions you heard from attendees, Lacey, in New York?
I feel like one of the biggest discussions was basically like challenges around adopting AI. So, between like users being maybe reluctant and like balancing like outcomes with governance and security, like it can kind of be overwhelming, to get started even. So I think it was nice to have these discussions with customers about this and, get their ideas, what's working for them. So like some examples is, having somebody that's like the AI champion, so like once you get that person, it's kind of easier then to expand into other areas and things if they have somebody that's already, having positive things to say about it and how it's helped them. So, hearing people's challenges around the adoption was really interesting to me.
Lovely. And Priyanka, did you notice similar things over in London?
Yeah, it's more or less the same. It's again of adoption of the AI features because the tool is there and it has a lot of potential. But when it comes to how they can and then coming with from the old ways of working, it's always hard without the expertise and also with the limitations, the data limitations and everything. I think there's been a fear in how they can adopt in a better way. So that's for sure. And the other thing is about the fragmented service experience. For example, the ESM in the past it used to be like a siloed, but now I think with the recent changes and with the new introduction of tools, I think everything is coming together and the benefits are reaping out as long as the tools are used in a way to try the process. So these are the two major things even in the London event.
Yeah. And one other thing to add too is like kind of another challenge that we've heard when we talk with customers is just like information overload. Like as an agent, where is this document? How can I find out, how to resolve this issue, this incident or something? And now, with AI, all of that information is just much closer to the agent. It's basically a chat away essentially with if you're using Rovo. And so yeah, reeling in this information overload has been something that customers struggle with.
You touched on challenges, which leads us wonderfully into the next questions we have. I know that our customers always come to us with pain points, and we're here to obviously help drive solutions to those. So, what challenges are companies currently facing in service management, and how did the event address them? Were there any key sessions or anything that were really great for guiding them a little bit further down their ITSM journey?
Yeah, so I think one that kind of stuck out to me that's not really AI related, but there was a session about assets and data manager. So that was, interesting. And I saw like a lot of collaboration happening, even like between the attendees and stuff, and lots of questions. So it was very like interactive, I would say. And also with Atlassian providing updates about the improvements that would be coming to asset data manager. So that one was really interesting to me, that session.
Yeah. And in London, it was, I'll start with the data manager side of things. So in London, it's the discussions was also around the same thing. And in terms of how we can, how this data manager data and the clean data would help the incident process and and avoid the major incidents that happening and how it can prevent. So these are the kind of interesting topics that most of the attendees were looking forward to. So I think with the open beta features, I think there are a few things which we can definitely try and see how we can how it helps the current process. But I think there's a lot coming. So excited to see what would be the new features that will get added.
Brilliant. Well, we all know that we're all looking out for those exciting product announcements, especially with Team 25 on the way, and these wonderful little pit stops to help us kind of tide it over. So have they teased any exciting new features during High Velocity? Were there any product announcements that stood out to you? Priyanka?
I would say like most of the things were around the assets on how it can be supplemented to the sandbox instances. But again, when we are expecting like a lot, I think we still need to wait for the Teams 25 to hear about the major announcements.
Yeah,
Any
definitely agree. It felt like it was, coming soon and just kind of, definitely like you said, like it's a tease, like of maybe what's to come at Team 25, because they also have mentioned like the import functionality for data manager and like migration support for assets and things like that. So it'll be interesting to hear more about that. And I'm sure that there'll be more updates about Rovo at Team 25 too. So very excited to see those updates.
Oh, yes, I think there's probably a lot of updates coming our way, and lots more we can talk about very soon in just a few weeks. The countdown is definitely on there. So I guess AI continues to be the game changer in service management. It's the topic that most people essentially are talking about nonstop. So based on the conversations at High-Velocity, how did you see AI shaping the future of ITSM, Lacey?
Yeah, so I think, the virtual agent, there was a lot of chat about the virtual agent. And, I was seeing customers talking about their experiences with each other and how they're using it. So, the virtual agent reducing the workload so that agents can actually, focus on things that need like the human element. I think that's something that's very, very much shaping service management. And also to mention like Rovo. So there was a lot of chat about Rovo, which also I feel like was really interesting to see, because there are people who were like, I don't know about Rovo. I've not used it, but then there were customers that like, oh yeah, I have used it, and you can use it in automation rules, and it's helped with, providing insights about incidents or finding help to work on issues, somebody who has maybe worked on a similar issue before and these kinds of things. So it was really interesting to see those two types of customers chatting with each other and sharing that information.
Thanks, Lacey. Anything to add on that one, Priyanka?
I think that has been a great topic of discussion even in London too, and the extended post incident review report. So that has been, I think that has been a challenge in the past. So that would kind of be a responsibility, added responsibility. But now with AI taking over and then creating a draft of the reports, that's also an additional thing which we have seen the customers are more interested in and yeah, excited about as well. And it looks like there's a lot of features that would be added this year, but at the same time, I think it would be hard to comment without even understanding like what potential it would change in the service management side of things. So yeah.
Yeah, agree. And also, I guess just to add about Rovo is like, I know we're going to talk about, how they can stay connected and everything later, but on the Atlassian community, there's just a group that's like dedicated to like Rovo and Atlassian intelligence. And it is so busy right now. So like there's always an update in there or people asking questions. Like you can really learn a lot from that group.
Well, that's a great shout out, and I imagine that is a hotspot for those conversations right now. I know Atlassian community is brilliant for learning at any point, but especially some of the new features and products that are coming out. So leads wonderfully into continuing the conversation around a lot of these things. Obviously, Atlassian community is one hub, and for those who attended, but also those of them that unfortunately couldn't make it to the events, how can they stay engaged and continue this conversation with us, with the ecosystem? What would be your big shout outs? I'll pass to you, Priyanka.
Sure, we have Teams 25 soon, so you can meet us at the Teams 25 to know more updates about and how we can shape the solutions of ITSM as well as the ESM side of things. And you can visit to our website and subscribe to our newsletter in case if you would like to follow us more closely and to see like what are the new, exciting things that we have been working with the customers. Yeah, Lacey, would you like to add?
Yeah, just to sort of echo Team 25, it's a really great opportunity, like to come and talk with experts about your issues, but also like talking with other customers is extremely valuable, you know? So like they have the brain dates and things like that where you have these opportunities to, you know, can connect with other users. And I feel like that's something that is really valuable to customers is like hearing other people's experiences, how they ever overcome challenges without like this pressure of, oh, are they going to sell to me? You know? So like, I think that's a really valuable part of team for sure.
Now, I know we're all meant to be talking about high velocity, but we can't help but sneak into Team 25 a little bit. And I thought we might as well round it off with just, what are you guys most excited about with Team 25? You know, is there any announcements or speaking opportunities with customers and that you're seeing in sessions in the agenda? You know, what's your big highlights or shout outs for the upcoming Team 25?
Yeah, I'm really excited about all of the announcements. I feel like it's, you know, information overload of announcements when you go to Teams. So very much looking forward to that. And also just connecting with other people. Like I love to hear their stories about their struggles, their wins, everything around that, you know, what they're doing. I'm just kind of nosy and I want to hear about it, you know? So very excited to chat with other users.
There's nothing wrong with being nosy. No one bit.
I think it goes well with being a business consultant, you know, so.
It's exploration. It's not
Yeah.
nosiness. How about you, Priyanka?
More or less the same. So yeah, can't wait to see. And I mean, for some reason, I'm more looking forward to Rovo and data manager side of things. Hope he'll have more insights to those two during themes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree about data manager. It's like it's very powerful the way that it is now, you know, but just even a few more functionalities and it's going to be unstoppable, you know. I'm very excited about what's coming for Assets Data Manager.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll be hearing more very soon. And lots more, I'm sure, on the road after Team 25 as well. I know the team on tours are coming, more of the sessions to come to local areas. Obviously, the ACEs hosting some of these as well. So I know that there'll be a lot to hear and a lot to see and get involved in with this. But just to round it off, really, it's been a lovely discussion to just catch up with how high velocity was. It's nice to see it back. We've had it for the last couple of years and hope to see it again next year. But hope to see you and anybody watching at Team 25, or at least tuning in virtually. So just a big thank you really to yourselves, Lacey and Priyanka, for sharing your insights and bringing New York and London back to us. I hope that everyone's found this valuable and hopefully more engaged with us for more updates. But if there's anything else, if there's any questions, please just drop them in the chat or reach out to us and we'll be happy to keep the conversation going. Thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next time.
Thanks so much, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you.